Hello everyone, Namaste. Welcome back to my channel AcademicTuber. Today we are going to discuss Unit 1 from Grade 8 Health, that is Human Body. Before that, if you are new to this channel, please subscribe the channel and for more updates hit the bell icon. If you want more videos related to this, please like and do share these videos among your friends and don't forget to give your valuable response in comment section. Here in this unit, we are going to discuss about the four systems present in the human body. Circulatory system. Circulatory system refers to the process of joint and smooth functioning of the heart, blood and blood vessels in the human body. Circulatory system takes the nutrients, oxygen, hormones and enzymes obtained from different sources to the cells of the body. The blood returns to the heart in order to be purified. The organs such as heart, blood vessels that are involved in the circulatory system and the blood are described below. Heart. The heart lies little inclined on the left side of the chest. Its weight in an adult female is 230 to 280 grams and in an adult male is 280 to 340 grams. The part that separates the right and left part of the heart is called septum. The upper chamber of the heart are called atrium or auricles and the lower chamber are called ventricles. The inferior vena cava and superior vena cava open from the right atrium. Similarly, the pulmonary veins opens from the left atrium. The pulmonary artery begins from the right ventricle and aorta begins from the left ventricle. Between right atrium and right ventricle, there lies tricuspid valves. Similarly, between the left atrium and left ventricle, there lies bicuspid valve. So here is a well-labeled diagram showing the internal structure of the heart. Here the arrow represents the direction of flow of blood. So blood from superior and inferior vena cava reaches to the heart. In the right auricle, from the right auricle it goes to right ventricle through tricuspid valve. From right ventricle it goes to pulmonary artery through pulmonary valve or pulmonic valve, and through pulmonary artery blood goes to the lungs for the purification, and after purification blood through pulmonary vein again reaches to the heart in the left auricles, and from left auricles blood it goes to the left ventricle through bicuspid valve, and from left ventricle through aortic valve it goes to aorta, and from aorta blood goes to different parts of the body, and the process continues. Functions of heart. There are various functions of heart, so we are going to discuss few functions here. Heart circulates the pure blood to different parts of the body. It sends the impure blood to the lungs in order to purify it. It assists to circulate the oxygen and nutrients, hormones to different parts of the body. It helps to maintain the temperature of blood circulation. Here, pure blood represents the oxygenated blood and impure blood represents deoxygenated blood. Pure blood means the blood carrying oxygen, and impure blood simply means the blood carrying carbon dioxide. Blood vessels. The vessels through which the blood flows are called blood vessels. The blood that is pumped by the heart reaches the cells through the blood vessels. The same blood again returns to the heart through the blood vessels. Such type of blood vessels are of three types. They are arteries, veins, and capillaries. Except the pulmonary artery, in all other arteries the pure blood flows and it reaches different parts of the body. The pulmonary artery leads the blood to the lungs for purification. The arteries divide into innumerable capillaries. The capillary reaches the cell. The blood takes the oxygen and nutrients to the cell, and it takes back carbon dioxide and other toxic elements again back to the heart. In this process, the capillaries integrate into veins, and through those veins the blood moves to the heart. All the veins carry deoxygenated blood except pulmonary veins, which carries oxygenated blood. Blood. The red colored liquid in our body is called blood. In the blood of an adult person, the quantity of the blood is approximately 5 liters. The blood consists of blood cells and plasma. The blood cells are formed in bone marrow. The blood cells are of three types. They are red blood cells, RBCs or erythrocytes, white blood cells, WBCs or leukocytes, platelets or thrombocytes. The function of blood is to take the nutrients, oxygen to the cells and concentrate carbon dioxide to the lungs. Similarly, the blood increases the immunity of the body and balances the level of water, minerals, salt, and temperature. It takes the hormones to the appropriate parts of the body. Working mechanism of heart. The heart is divided into four chambers and has valves that allow the blood to flow in one direction only. The upper two chambers with relatively thin walls are called atrium. The two lower chambers with thin muscular walls are called ventricles. The right ventricle pumps the blood to the lungs, where carbon dioxide is removed and oxygen is absorbed. The left atrium receives oxygen-rich blood as it comes back to the heart from the lungs and is pushed into the left ventricle. The left ventricle pumps the blood to the rest of the body. So here is a diagram showing the flow of blood, or we can say the working mechanism of the heart. So from the lungs, oxygenated blood. Oxygenated blood means pure blood, the blood carrying oxygen. Through pulmonary veins reaches to the left atrium. From left atrium, it goes to the left ventricle, and from left ventricle, it goes through the aorta and to the body organs, and again from the body organs through vena cava. Deoxygenated blood, it reaches to the right atrium, and from right atrium it goes to right ventricle, and from right ventricle through the pulmonary artery it goes to the lungs for the purification, and the process continues. Blood circulation. The blood circulation in human body is of two types. They are systemic circulation and pulmonary circulation. Systemic circulation. The circulation of blood between heart and different parts of the body except lungs is called systemic circulation. When the ventricle contracts, the oxygenated blood from the left ventricle is pumped to different parts of the body through the aorta. After providing the necessary components to the cells and tissue, the blood returns to the right auricle with the waste material through the vena cavas. The auricles are relaxed in this situation. Pulmonary circulation. The circulation of blood between the heart and lungs is called pulmonary circulation. When the ventricle contracts, the deoxygenated blood from the right ventricle is pumped to the lungs through pulmonary artery for its purification. After the actions of oxygen and carbon dioxide, the blood is purified and it comes back into the left auricle or atrium of the heart when the auricles are relaxed. Now we are going to discuss next system, that is glandular system. Gland is a group of special cells that produce enzymes and hormones. The enzymes and hormones produced by the glands affect in digestion, physical activities, etc. Enzymes secreted by exocrine glands do not directly mix into the blood. They secrete enzymes into ducts and reach the necessary parts through ducts. Glands such as salivary glands, sweat glands, pancreas, and stomach are the example of such glands. Endocrine glands. The hormones secreted by endocrine glands directly mix into the bloodstream and reach the parts of the body through it. The type of such glands can be described below. First one, pineal gland. Pineal gland lies at the middle of the brain. Its size is bigger in the early years after birth and gradually becomes smaller when we become adult. This gland is reactive to brightness. It produces the hormone melatonin more in darkness than in the brightness. Because of this, we feel like sleeping at night. In the case of other animals, it creates the sensation of hibernation. Due to this hormone, the birds know the time as well. So here is a label diagram showing the endocrine system in male and female. Pituitary gland. Pituitary gland is located at the center of the skull. This gland controls all other glands. Therefore, this gland is also called master gland. It produces growth hormone, and this hormone assists in the growth of our body. In case of low production of this hormone, our body height cannot increase. If there is excessive secretion of this hormone, there may be unnatural growth. This type of disease condition is known as gigantism. Pituitary gland assists in the development of ova in females and also assists the breast to activate milk secretion during pregnancy. Thyroid gland. This gland is situated both in the right and left side of the anterior part of the neck. They are two in number, one in each side. This produces the hormone named thyroxine. It also produces calcitonin. The size of this gland may grow abnormally in case of lack of iodine. This case is called goiter. Parathyroid gland. Parathyroid gland remain at the back of thyroid gland and 4 in number. It produces the hormone called parathormone. It strengthens the bones by balancing the level of calcium and phosphorus. In case of lack of this hormone, the disease called muscular tetany may take place. If this hormone is produced in excess, stone may be formed in the ureter and may result in unnatural growth of bones. Thymus gland. Thymus gland grows until adulthood and becomes thinner along with aging. It secretes the hormone called thymosin. The main function of this gland is to produce lymphocytes. The lymphocytes produce antibody and increase immunity. Adrenal gland. Adrenal gland remain at the top of each kidney. The inner part of this gland, medulla, secretes the hormone adrenaline. Adrenaline is also known as the emergency hormone because it prepares the body to face the emergency situation. The main function of this is to increase the rate of heartbeat, blood pressure, and blood circulation in muscles. Pancreas. Pancreas is situated at the back of the stomach. This gland is also known as a mixed gland. While producing digestive hormone, this gland functions as an exocrine gland. It functions as an endocrine gland while producing glucagon and insulin. Insulin balances the glucose level in the blood. If the glucose level rises, more glucose can be seen in urine. This disease condition is known as diabetes. Gonads. This gland consists of two other glands specific to male and females. They are ovaries in females and testes in males. They are heterocrine glands which secrete hormones and gametes. Ovaries. This gland is in female only. Two of these glands remain on the right and left side of the uterus. This gland secretes the hormone called estrogen and progesterone. Estrogen enlarges size of breast, grows pubic hair, and activates ovary to produce ova. Progesterone creates favorable conditions for fertilized ova to be alive. It assists the zygote to grow and activates breast to produce milk. This hormone is responsible for menstruation in females. Testes. This gland is in males only and has two small parts. It produces hormone called testosterone. Due to this hormone, beard and other hair grow in males. Similarly, this hormone is responsible for the development of hoarse sound in males and increment of size of penis. This hormone activates the testes to produce sperms. Now we are going to discuss next system in human body, that is nervous system. The nervous system controls and regulates all the other systems as well as external and internal activities of our body. This system is also known as matter system. In the nervous system, there are neurons and nerve fibers. This system can be divided into three parts as mentioned below: central nervous system, peripheral nervous system, autonomic nervous system. So here one by one we are going to discuss about central nervous system, peripheral nervous system, and autonomic nervous system. First, central nervous system. The main part of central nervous system are brain and spinal cord. Here is the diagram showing the central nervous system. Brain. The white color element in the skull is called brain. Its weight in adult is around 1400 grams. It includes hundreds of thousands of neurons. It consists of following parts. Cerebrum. Cerebrum lies at the top of the brain. It covers the large part of the brain, about 80%. This part controls and regulates memorizing, arguing, thinking, differentiating, and analyzing. This is also the center of generating the sensation of warmth, smell, taste, hearing, and behaving. This part of brain controls the function of other parts of the brain. This part also activates the muscles and glands of the body. Cerebellum. Cerebellum just lies below the posterior part of cerebrum. It balances the physical movement. It controls and balances the muscular activities while walking and running. This part also delivers the sensation obtained to cerebrum. Midbrain. Midbrain lies between the cerebrum and pons valually. It delivers the messages obtained from the brain, obtained from the spinal cord to cerebrum, and sends the instruction of the cerebrum to the spinal cord. Pons valually. Pons valually lies between the midbrain and medulla oblongata. It also delivers the messages to and from spinal cord and cerebrum. Medulla oblongata. Medulla oblongata lies between pons valually and spinal cord. It regulates the involuntary function of the body. The main function of this part of the brain are to control heartbeat, respiration, blood pressure, swallowing, salivation, sneezing, organs, pinching, heating, etc. These are also the example of reflex actions. Spinal cord. Spinal cord begins with medulla oblongata. The wide soft cord-like path that runs along the dorsal side of the body within the vertebral column to the coccygeal bone is referred to as spinal cord. It sends the sensation to the brain and also controls reflex action. 31 pair of spinal nerves emerges from this cord, and these nerves control the function of internal and external organs. Peripheral nervous system. In peripheral nervous system, 12 pairs cranial nerves and 31 pair spinal nerves work collectively. The cranial nerves generate from the brain and the spinal nerves generate from the spinal cord. They are spread around various organs of the body. They communicate the sensation to the brain or spinal cord from various organs and vice versa. Autonomic nervous system. A number of actions takes place in our body which are beyond our control. Such actions are regulated by autonomic nervous system. This system can be divided into two types as sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous system. The functions of sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous system are opposite to each other. The sympathetic nervous system makes the pupil smaller, increases the heartbeat, slows down the digestive system, decreases the amount of urine, and shows the function of endocrine gland. And the parasympathetic nervous system functions just opposite to the action mentioned below. And finally, here it comes to the reproductive system. The process of collective functions of the organs responsible for reproduction is known as the reproductive system. It includes both male and female reproductive system. Both the system produces gametes or a special type of cell. The male reproduction cell is known as sperm and the female reproduction cell is known as ova. Within human reproductive system, the male and female reproductive system are separately discussed as below. First, female reproductive system. The female reproductive system is divided into two parts. They are external genitals and internal reproductive organs. The external genitals are collectively called vulva. Here we have discussed about the internal reproductive organs and their functions. So vagina, uterus, fallopian tube, ovaries. Vagina. The muscular tube extending from cervix to the exterior of the body is called vagina. It is soft, greasy, and elastic. It is almost 8 to 10 cm long. The main function of the vagina are receive the penis during sexual intercourse, serve as a conduit for sperms to enter uterus and menstrual flow from the uterus, and function as the birth canal during childbirth. Uterus. The uterus is a vacuum muscular organ. It is 7.5 cm long, 5 cm wide, and 2.5 cm thick. The topmost portion of this is fundus, the middle portion is body, and the lower portion is cervix. The wall of the uterus are formed of 3 muscular layers. Function of uterus: to regulate menstruation, to hold ova after conception, to provide protection and nurturing, to fertilize ovum, to grow and develop the embryo, to assist in childbirth. Fallopian tube. There are 2 fallopian tubes, each on both sides of the upper part of uterus. Each one is 10 cm long. The main function of this part are hold the egg produced from ovaries and create conditions for it to get fertilized. Similarly, it also transports the fertilized egg to uterus and allows the sperm to pass through ampulla from the uterus. Ovaries. There are two ovaries on each side on each right and left side of the uterus. They include innumerable immature eggs. When the female gets into their puberty, then the ovaries produce single mature egg each month. This process is known as the ovulation. The main function of this part are to produce eggs and the hormones estrogen and progesterone. Male reproductive system. The system consisting of male reproductive organ and their anatomical physiological structure is called male reproductive system. It includes the following organs: testes, epididymis, vasa deferens, seminal vesicle, ejaculatory duct, prostate glands, urinary bladder, urethra, penis. Testes. There are two testes in males. They remain hanging in the scrotum. In each testis there are 200 to 300 tubules. In each portion there are seminiferous tubules. The main function of these is to produce sperm and testosterone hormone. Epididymis. There are innumerable thin ducts in each testis. These ducts are called seminiferous tubules. The combination of all these tubules make epididymis. It is in the form of a curve just behind the testis. It includes long and curved type thin ducts and they jointly form a single duct. The main function of this is to form mature sperms and push the sperms towards vasa deferens. Vasa deferens. This part generates from epididymis and ends at ejaculatory duct. They are two in number. This duct is 40 to 45 cm long. The main function of this is to pass sperm to ejaculatory duct. Seminal vesicle. Seminal vesicles are situated at the back of the urinary bladder. It produces the semen and provides nutrients to the sperm. It stores sperm before ejaculation. Ejaculatory duct. The duct emerging from seminal vesicle and vasa deferens jointly form ejaculatory duct. So this duct leading from seminal vesicle to prostate gland is named ejaculatory duct. It is almost 2 cm long. The main function of this is to pass sperm towards urethra for ejaculation. Prostate gland. This gland remains below the urinary bladder. It covers the initial portion of urinary tract. Because of this, in case of enlargement of this gland, there is difficulty in urination. The main function of this is to produce a greasy type of liquid that assists the sperms to move. It helps to neutralize the acidic environment of urethra. Urethra. This part expands from the urinary bladder to the end of penis. Its length is almost 18 to 20 centimeters. Urination and ejaculation are the basic functions of urethra. Penis. The penis is formed of erectile tissue. This is of cylindrical shape. It consists of three parts. They are root, body, and glans penis. The top of penis is of triangular shape called glans penis. The covering skin at the top of penis is called foreskin. Sexual intercourse, insertion of sperm into the vagina, urination, etc. are the basic functions of penis. Urethra opens at the tip of glans penis. By this, we have completed most of this unit, human body. I hope this video was useful to you. If you like this video, please share with your friends and don't forget to subscribe. Hope to get your suggestions regarding this video in comment section. See you on next video. Thank you.